It's exciting to see many of you join today, and I think that many of you are probably wondering what makes this program different or special in the available programs online where you can learn about bioinformatics, you can learn about data science. The reason why we developed this program is specifically to go beyond training and offer an opportunity to participate in meaningful research. Now, in today's session, we're going to address many of the challenges that are associated with research projects, especially getting those research projects completed in a short amount of time, because typically they do take years, at the minimum, several months. And so what I want to talk to you today about are some of the critical things that we've distilled into this online program, and introduce you to some of the mentors to talk about some of the specific project examples. But before we do that, let me briefly address some of these critical points. One of the things that we've realized is that when people join our different training programs, their background in life sciences might prevent them from really getting deeper into bioinformatics methods, allowing them to superficially know the terminology, but not really know how to apply it practically. So I think that, many of you will discover that some of the training materials that we've designed are specifically useful for those that come from a life science background without a lot of technical engineering skills. And then you will be able to really appreciate both the logic of the analysis and technically how to become independent and efficient in bioinformatics analysis methods. The second area where many students face a challenge is finding an impactful research topic. And to find that impactful and meaningful topic, we've addressed this through two different approaches. The first one is literature review. How to perform literature review so that you can find the specific gaps in research and opportunities for you to do something new and different, and at the same time find data that you can find answers for that question, that research question. So it's developing the research question, finding the data. We review many data sets with our community to provide you with a curated start so that you can start investigating a topic using a curated data set, and then find opportunities to innovate and ask questions of these data sets, including introducing you to the approach of finding data sets online. And then finally, the third topic is how to know that what you have developed is a meaningful project, not just for the student community, but also for the scientific community. And that's why we have developed a network of mentors that come from a research as well as industry background that are able to provide you with critical feedback so that your project becomes more impactful, and refine the project, or provide you with suggestions on how to refine the project to make it more impactful, and essentially providing you with more visibility and feedback. So before we continue, I want to show you how some of these things are going to actually take place. And I want to introduce you to some of the program resources really briefly. And to do that, I want to point you to two servers and two portals. One of them is going to be the server tBioInfo portal. This is going to be a portal that is designed to provide you with an opportunity to process big data, and also the Learn OmicsLogic portal, where you will find all of the training resources. So let's first go to this portal, the OmicsLogic Portal, and thank you, Ajasvi, for sharing that link. And I'll also explain how those two things are linked. So if you go to this portal link, you will find here, I think, a very clear explanation of what this portal really is. The OmicsLogic Portal is designed to provide you with everything to get you started and get you into these real-world practical challenges with big data. And you will find here tutorials, project examples on how to run various pipelines and apply different analytical methods. You will find here different types of research projects that you can get started with in the fields of oncology, infectious diseases, neuroscience, agriculture, and others. And you will also find meaningful application of your logic, how do you understand that you can take raw data and get structured data that you can analyze and supplement that with training with coding and machine learning and data science and analytics, all of the necessary skills that will make you independent and self-sufficient as you go forward with your projects. So the first thing that you want to do is you want to click right here on login, and I will give you a couple of minutes to complete your registration. So once you click on login, you have the option here to create an account. Okay, so I will wait a few minutes. For those of you that don't have an account, please take a few moments right now to fill in your name, your email, and create a password. It's a free account. You don't have to pay for this, but you will immediately get access to some of the free resources that are made available, and hopefully they will inspire you to continue forward with a research project using bioinformatics. So once you have completed your registration, please share on the chat box the link to your profile, and I will explain briefly what you can do with this profile. Okay, so I will show you my profile. Okay, once you log in, you can click right here and you will find your profile open up. And so if you want to share your profile, just go right here to the URL on top, copy this URL, and you can share this right here with everyone in the chat box. So please let me know. I'll give it a few minutes so that at least a few of you will be able to complete your profile and share with us. For those of you that already have an account, thank you, Aranza. For those of you that already have an account, especially the campus ambassadors that are here in this session, please share your accounts as well. So we will take some account that is complete so that we can show how a completed profile looks. Okay, thank you. All right, great. So let's take just one of these accounts as an example. Here we have an account by Subrajit, who is already an expert. How do we know that he is an expert? He's an expert, first of all, because of the activity that we can already see on his profile. So you can see that all of your activity as you go through the lessons, as you try different projects, as you try different analysis techniques are quantified. And what that means is that you get a number of points for completing each step, and that immediately signals to the mentor community that you have accomplished the basic training and you're ready to get started with your research project. So the way the research fellowship works is it starts from this basic training. What is covered in the basic training? So importantly, I think in today's world, when we speak about bioinformatics, the major focus is on big data. This big data comes in the form of genomics, transcriptomics, metagenomics, epigenomics. There are many different types of omics, and ultimately you have to know how to process each individual types of data and then integrate them together to really have this systems level view of what's happening in a biological condition. And so we've designed these so that you have an introduction, and I will show you a couple of courses that you can start with for free so that you get into this whole field of omics data. Then you go through this basic training, and then you get introduced to the data science curriculum in R and Python. So I will briefly show you a couple examples, and this is just to get you started. So again, as you can see this profile, it is complete with activity. I can see which courses Subrajit has completed, and I can also see that he has earned certificates, and those certificates are going to stay with you unless the course has been updated. And when it's updated, your certificate will be taken away so that you can complete the remaining lessons and then get the certificate back. And that way we know that you're staying up to date on some of these important topics. In addition to that, you can participate in programs. And today we're speaking about the Research Fellowship Program, but also we have many others that are led by mentors who are experts in the field. And you will also be able to develop a project. And so as we go through, one of the requirements that this program has is so that you complete your basic training. Now, where would you start your basic training? Here on the courses tab, right here in the menu, you can find a lot of courses that as you work through some of the material will get a personalized suggestion for your profile. So you can see that for me, I have some suggestions on single cell transcriptomics, machine learning, Ebola virus, etc. And that's because of my interests. But here below, I have a list of recommended and highly active courses, as well as some of the collections of courses that you can find right here. And one of the collections is called Getting Started. So I can just click right here on Getting Started and see what's included. The course that we recommend for all of you to start with is a course called Bytes and Molecules. The course explains many of the basic terms. Bytes and Molecules. Sorry. A lot of the basic terms that you need to know to get into this field, and it is using language that anyone can understand, both with and without the kind of bioinformatics background, and it covers important topics that you will want to understand before you really get into a lot of the material that is related to research using bioinformatics. So that's just where you would want to start with. So after you complete enough material to generate 10,000 points, what will be made available is right here under projects, you will be able to start a new project. And that is essentially what this program is all about. So this program is going to be focused on getting beyond the training after you've completed the 10,000 points and into a research topic. Now, one of the immediate challenges with that is how do you process this huge amount of data that oftentimes is beyond several gigabytes or even terabytes of data that you have to download on your computer. And so for that, we specifically designed a big data analysis platform that will cover many of the typical processing steps that reduce the amount of data from gigabytes and terabytes to just megabytes, which is possible to analyze either on your system or in the cloud. And we will introduce you to cloud technologies using this platform called the T-Bioinfo platform, developed at the Tauber Bioinformatics Research Center at University of Haifa, as well as some of the cloud technologies offered by other companies like Google Colab, GitHub, and other resources that are going to be useful for you to leverage as you develop your career in bioinformatics. So here we have, I'll just briefly show you one example. As you probably all know, transcriptomic data on RNA sequencing is becoming more and more prominent in many different areas of research, including oncology, neuroscience, and other fields. And briefly, you can appreciate the simplicity of this platform because it really organizes the information in a logical, step-by-step process. And by the way, this is reflected in the coursework that you will find on the Learn portal. It also guides you using artificial intelligence based on the data that you upload and the information that you would like to receive from this pipeline so that you can eliminate the common mistakes that people make when they try to design these workflows on their own. Now, as a result of running these workflows, you also get a clear sense of the logic behind the analysis, including the inputs and outputs of different methods. And so once you're ready to transition to your own independent pipeline that you want to build on your own, now you at least understand the logic. Why would I use this method and not that method? When would I try to modify this setting or that setting? And this spans, as I mentioned, across many different areas of analysis, including next generation sequencing data, mass spectroscopy, structural biology, as well as many methods for data integration and modeling, machine learning, and other types of applications. So all of you can definitely go through some of these resources. The thing is, Once you've created an account on the OmicsLogic Portal, you automatically get access to the demo level on this bioinformatics platform after 24 hours. So from the moment that you created a profile today, tomorrow morning, you can already start using this platform, seeing how it is used in different courses and projects that we will talk about. So this is the T-Bioinfo platform. Now, ultimately, you're probably wondering, well, okay, I have these resources. I can go through the training. I can understand what topic I would like to analyze. I can perform the analysis, but how do I know that I'm doing the right thing? And so to do that, we have a community of mentors. And I think that's a very critical point to briefly discuss. So our community of mentors, first of all, is an international community. Many of our mentors come from research backgrounds. Many of them have a PhD in a particular domain like bioinformatics, computational biology, neuroscience, oncology, etc. And today you will hear from some of them. But also many of them come with industry experience. And so for those of you that understand what you want to do with your career, if you would like to go beyond basic research and focus on translational research projects, that is one of the specific goals of this program as well. As a research fellow, you get to explore a variety of topics and select one that is either relevant for industry or for research. And we'll talk about this today, including different collaborations that we have with universities and organizations that provide us with this opportunity to know what is needed and is in demand at the cutting edge of basic research and industry R&D as well. So what are some of the outcomes? The outcomes of this program is that you will come out knowing how to apply bioinformatics to a particular project, and you will be able to complete that project within a short period of time. And just to give you a sense of what I mean by that, I want to pass this presentation now to Dr. Harpreet Kaur.